I'm obviously not in Africa. I'm obviously not African.
That's 1 week. The next chance, not you don't have a right to say no. This is last chance. Give Kingsley. If we can't do that, we'll ask another person to replace him.
But what I hate to see is Chinese, Arab, any others going over there to Africa and treating my fucking brothers and sisters like crap. I'm not cool with that at all, okay? Right now, China is literally buying up Africa, okay? And these people are going over there treating Africans like absolute dog shit, okay? I mean, they talk to them like crap, treat them like absolute crap. And what boggles my mind is the Africans who get in my comments and try to protect these people, all because they are bringing upward mobility to Africa by the way of a fucking job, okay? Even though that Chinaman is paying these people absolute crumbs, talking to them like they're fucking nothing, treating them like slaves. We've all seen the videos, right? We've all seen them. Men, women. I've seen videos of Chinese men punching African women. What the fuck are you Africans gonna do about that? Y'all niggas are so hungry that you won't even protect yourselves or your women, bruh. A Chinaman coming over to your country and you just bowing down to him because you so in need. Bruh, that shit hurt my soul as a Black American, I promise you. Because we would never fucking do that. Never. We would fight before we would bow the knee to a foreigner coming over here doing us like that. And when they do. They come over here and they try it. And then they get that understanding real quick. The whole world knows what Black Americans do. So I don't need to sit here and, oh, yeah, we do this, we not. Y'all know. I want the Africans to start to stand up, man. Stand up on your own land. You there, bruh. Take control of that shit. Don't ever let a foreigner come over there and disrespect you.
I'm not surprised to see this at all. This man, and I don't care. I don't even want to know what happened in the video. All I know is I see a man being assaulted by an Asian man. Chinese, Korean, whatever you want to say. He's of Asian descent. And he's abusing this man. It is no reason for him to treat this man like this. He is not a slave. Okay? Somebody need to get the memo to this man, whoever he is, that's assaulting this man. If you pull that in the States, you will be in jail and you will lose your license and you will never own another company because somebody is going to definitely sue you. So he's pulling that where he knows he can get away with it because he certainly can't get away with it over here. Say what you want about Black Americans. Y'all love to say Black American. But what you don't realize is that these Koreans is over there wearing y'all out with sticks and anything else they can get in their hands. I've seen them do it. I've been in the China Mall and I watch how they talk to the employees, and I have to literally, one time I had to literally say, excuse me, hello, I'm a customer and I don't want to see that. But had I not have spoke up when I did, they probably would have kept on doing what they were doing. Y'all better understand y'all rights and understand that you can work somewhere else.
South African court has sentenced 7 Chinese nationals to 20 years in prison, each after finding them guilty of forcing more than 90 Malawians to work in a Johannesburg low-wage factory. The convicts, 4 Chinese men and 3 women, were arrested in November 2019 after police raided the factory called Beautiful City, which reportedly made cotton inners for duvets. An investigation established that between 2017 and 2019, the Johannesburg-based factory employed 91 undocumented Malawians, including 16 who were aged between 14 and 16 years. The Gauteng South Division of the High Court heard that the Malawians were forced to work 11-hour shifts 7 days a week. The court further heard that the laborers were confined to the factory premises under armed guard. The convicted Chinese nationals were found guilty in February this year on 158 charges, including human trafficking, bondage, failure to maintain a safe workplace, and assisting illegal immigrants to remain in South Africa. While handing down the sentences on Wednesday, September 10th, Judge David Mhango said the Malawians were lured into South Africa and kept in bondage. The judge added that the Malawians were made to operate machinery, which resulted in some of them losing their eyesight and limbs. Nancy Shao, a daughter of one of the convicts, protested the court's verdict, saying the factory's owners, who should have been arrested, were free.
I have been that factory too, myself, because my mother used to work there, and she only be there 3 months. 3 months, and she only do some accountant work.
Nancy said her family will appeal the verdict in efforts to get her ailing mother released. She added that it was the factory owners and not her mother and the co-accused who ordered the mistreatment of the Malawian workers.
Yes, they treated those workers, those Malawians, very bad because this boss, this is all his idea. You know, he doesn't allow them to get out this factory. He just sending them orders. These take his orders, and then the orders is getting to those Malawian workers.
South Africa has one of the highest Chinese populations in Africa, with approximately 350,000 Chinese nationals living in the country. Many of them are in the mining, manufacturing, and property development sectors. A large number of the Chinese nationals in South Africa live in Johannesburg.
What do we call this? Forced labor, slave labor, or just typical Chinese exploitation? Does the government in Zimbabwe know what is happening? All indications are they do. Health inspectors and Labour Department officials have seen these pictures, so why has there been no action? Because when you strike a deal with the devil, you pledge your conscience. The government is indebted to China. They cannot afford to antagonize Beijing. A string of similar incidents has emerged in Zimbabwe, and all of these incidents remain unaddressed. In 2019, miners went on strike over low wages. They also wanted PPE kits while going down mine shafts. The response still awaited. And then last year, a Chinese mine owner shot 2 of his workers. Why? Because they were demanding unpaid wages. The Chinese embassy called it an isolated incident. But that's far from the truth. Zimbabwean workers are systematically abused, and their tormentors are their Chinese bosses. Question is, will things change? At the moment, it looks unlikely. In 2018, Zimbabwe's president, Emmerson Mnangagwa, was invited to Beijing. He signed new deals with China. Today, Zimbabwe's map is dotted by Chinese projects. They're upgrading the Robert Mugabe International Airport. They're building a $3 billion coal plant in Sengwa. They're refurbishing Zimbabwe's largest power station. And this year, they opened an iron ore mine and a carbon steel plant. To put it simply, China is sucking the sovereignty out of Zimbabwe. Their GDP is $20 billion. Chinese investments are worth $10 billion. When these Chinese loans come due, what do you think will happen? Asset transfer. Zimbabwe will have to surrender strategic assets to China. This is China's playbook all over the world, exploiting local employees and workers and then trapping helpless nations in debt. We've given you the evidence. Now it's for the international community to...
The truth be told, this is the reason why I don't really so much blame the Asian people, especially the Chinese, who are behind perpetuating most of this evil in Africa, because most of these governments in Africa are reading with corruption. And that corruption has brought the people to years of servitude and dehumanization, coupled with the external interferences of those superpowers in determining the fate of the people by imposing on them tyrant leaders who have broken the will of the people to fight and to stand up to these Asian invaders. And it is happening because it began first by their own people, excuse me. And that is why when the black Americans said they have had enough, they literally mean they have had enough. And this is the whole issue about the Asian boycott and the whole deal about refusing to be treated less than a person. It's so sad to see how much evil these individuals have perpetrated and have gotten away with it, all because the governments that had invited these people in the name of foreign investments and aids have refused to speak up for its own very citizen. And it's so saddening to see. If you're coming across my YouTube channel, please do hit the notification button, hit the subscription button to support your dear brother. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you. You're the reason why we do what we do. And so it is time to stand up. And I like the energy that is coming from black Americans as regards to these boycott. And I am all out for it. Enough is enough. So I want to know what your thoughts, your opinions are in the comment section. Let the conversation begin. See you on my next video.